Nah.
Wrong.
Bro's an Ian Gary defender.
You're right.
You're
No,
gonna listen
you're right.
to the Ian Gary defender.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. I misremembered it.
Valentina Shevchenko is an asset by the UFC to ruin cards and make people waste their $80 at the time.
Truth.
What's up, everyone? This is the Chill Guy Show, back at it again with another tier list due to popular demand. We're back making tier lists, the best ones on YouTube. And today, some would say
the most relevant tier list on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And today we're going to be ranking all of the UFC numbered events, starting from 300 to the last one, which was Holloway versus Oliveira 2. I believe was 326. We're going to be ranking. Should we just redo it?
No.
Okay. So we're going to be ranking all 26 events so far, starting with UFC 300. And by the way, we're only doing.
Let's get right into this.
By the way, we're only doing the main cards just because it's easier.
Prelims are not
irrelevant. Well,
not considered
because we had to pay $80 for these cards. $80.
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them. I didn't pay for anyone. Anyways, so yeah, we had the main.
Let's get into it, dude.
Yep.
300. I mean, what do we say about 300, dude? Come on, let's talk.
It was
about
legendary.
It started off with Bo Nickel, sleepy fight, bit of a sleepy fight, but then it went on to
Charles versus Armand.
Yeah, Charles versus Armand.
That was a good fight.
It was
banger, decent.
Dude. That was pretty good.
It was good. It wasn't as great as I thought it would be, but it was all right.
It was fun. It was technical. They were both really skilled. They both looked really sharp. And then we moved right on to Gaethje versus Holloway, dude. This was for the BMF, and it was
legendary.
It was a legendary fight.
Very legendary.
It was a banger. You know, the last second buzzer beater KO from Max Holloway, just a legendary moment.
It's one of the best knockouts in the sport.
It is
of all time.
And then Zhang Weili versus Yang Jianen.
That fight sucked. I'm sorry.
Not true.
That fight was ass.
Do
what
not
do you mean?
listen
That
to
fight
this
was
guy.
shit.
Do
bro.
not listen to this guy.
Don't go rewatch it. Don't listen to him. Don't waste your time.
That was top 5 greatest women's fight of all time, dude.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
No. Listen. Zhang Weili chokes Yang Jianen out cold in the first round, and then she got her corner, shook her legs, woke her back up, and they were like, "Get back in there," and she kept fighting, and it was a competitive fight. It was good.
So it was only good because of round 1, is what he's saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But as far as women's fights go, it was great.
I mean, it had a cool moment, but other than that,
they both looked good. There was more like finish attempts, few submission attempts, dude. They were throwing hands. It was a good one, and then we went right.
None of that matters because the main event.
It was a little slow.
The main event we had one of the most legendary performances ever. Alex Pereira with the fucking, yep.
He gets kicked in the nuts. He's like, Herb, I'm all right.
And then we
over, dude.
We got the legendary quote from Jamal Hill. I got caught, you got dominated from this. So, I mean, it's a very influential event.
S tier event.
Yeah, because overall, the card, looking back on paper, I think it lived up to the name. I think it lived up to the hype. It was a very overall solid card. All right, moving on. UFC 301, Pantoja versus Urseg.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the first fight on the card. Paul Craig versus Cal Barajo. It was an all right.
It was
a good fight. Yeah, Cal Barajo knocked out Paul Craig with a jab. I mean, who does that to Paul Craig? Am I right? Who does that to Paul Craig?
True,
and then we had Mikel Pereira's legendary run where he gets the backflip into submission. Knockdown to backflip to submission on Ihor Potieria. This guy really made us think he was going to be a champion.
True.
And then we also had vintage Anthony Smith performance. The GOAT Anthony Smith.
Yeah. Was this Anthony Smith's last fight?
No. He subbed Vitor Petrino, who just beat Steven Asplund.
Oh, he won this fight.
He won this fight. He beat the guy who beat Asplund. Isn't that crazy?
That immediately throws that up a little bit.
Dude. Where's Anthony Smith in the
Dude,
GOAT list?
Anthony Smith.
We're gonna have
Honestly,
to.
I think he should unretire. I think he should come back.
All right, so I think our next video idea is we make a GOAT list.
Yes,
And we're putting
yes.
Anthony Smith in the S tier.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
then we had Jose Aldo with a fucking dude. It was the
Decision.
Unks card
Yeah.
tonight, dude. Jose Aldo came back out of retirement to fight Jonathan Martinez, who everyone thought at the time was a terrible matchup for him as a young guy, dangerous knees and leg kicks, and Jose Aldo just pieces him up for 3 rounds. Beautiful. And then we had the main event, Pantoja versus Usyk. Everyone said this fight was boring and it was a robbery. I don't know what fight they were watching. This was a great fight. It was a scrap, and Pantoja clearly won.
True.
I don't know what fucking fight these people watched, but you know, you can't please them all.
People just love to hate Pantoja for no reason.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's an A tier, but I'll give it.
I'd
give it B.
put it in B.
It was a
That's
good. It was
fair.
overall.
That's fair.
It was a good event. I
Yeah.
think it was good.
Yeah.
The main event was good. Nothing too crazy. Then moving on to the next event, we got Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier at UFC 302. Now looking back on this card, it wasn't really memorable. Well, except for a couple of reasons. Randy Brown versus Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Okay fight. Then we got the barn burner that was Nico Price versus Alex Morona. I mean, this is a Hall of Fame fight. This should be in the UFC Hall of Fame. I don't know where this has been, but it needs to happen this year. I think both fighters, especially Alex Morona, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for his legendary career. We gotta think of another word besides legendary. But
Right.
when describing Alex Morona, what other word do you use?
Right. Moving right on.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland versus Michael Jacek.
Crazy
That was
armbar,
a crazy
nasty
fight,
armbar.
dude.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, no, nobody expected that one, I don't think.
I wasn't. I thought Olin Jacek was gonna sleep that boy
Yeah,
out cold,
yeah,
but Kevin
yeah.
Holland proves us wrong every
Yeah.
time. He either
He always does the opposite of whatever you think he's gonna do.
absolutely
Which you gotta respect it. He's consistent.
consistently
I'm
inconsistent.
good.
Yeah,
exactly. And then Sean Strickland
Oh,
versus
this is what made everyone hate Sean
greatest
Strickland.
fight of all
Yes,
time, dude.
Strickland's
This
best
was
performance.
on the level of Yoel Izzy, I think.
I agree. Yeah, I
This was
agree.
a
It was a banger, back and
banger.
forth.
Should have been a championship fight, dude.
I agree. I think Sean
Yeah.
Strickland really showed off his skill set here.
Yeah,
His,
all of his defense.
yep, all the jabs and teeps, and then
Yep.
honestly, my least favorite part of the fight was the very end where he knocked Paulo Costa down in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I wish he didn't do that. I wish he just kept doing what he was doing
I
the whole
wish
fight.
he just chilled.
But yeah, I feel like this fight kind of ruined Strickland's reputation for a while because everyone was
He's
high
back
on the
now.
Strickland. Yeah, he's back.
back.
But everybody was riding on the Strickland train after he beat Adesanya. And then this fight kind of tanked his reputation. And then the DDP rematch. But whatever. Our boy's back. It doesn't matter. And then the main event. This fight low-key carried the card. This card was not great.
This
if I'm
fight,
being completely honest.
The biggest problem that I had with this fight is all of our hopes were up. For
Absolutely.
so long.
Yeah.
For so long, we were all like, it could happen. It could
Because
happen.
everyone thought Islam was just going to get a quick submission in round 1 or 2, and that was not the case. Poirier survived that first round, and he was making it a dogfight.
He was doing
was a good fight.
really good all the way, dude.
I think it was one of the best fights of 2024. It was a really fun scrap to watch. But yeah, overall, I'd
was
say
an
this
alright
card
card.
was okay.
I'd put it in B tier.
I would honestly put it in C tier.
C tier.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like the
card though.
Well, I feel like the main event. Yeah, the main event carried it. So we'll put it in B tier. Just
I think
only
it was
because
a little bit better than
Poirier Makhachev was a really good fight. So I say we'll keep it there.
that. Yeah.
All right, moving on to UFC 303, Pereira versus Yuri
banger.
Prohaska.
Banger.
Card. We started off with Ian Gary
yeah,
versus
dude.
Michael Page. Kind
I
of
love to stack a Pereira card.
Yeah,
dude.
they do. On paper, this fight was supposed to be fucking awesome, and unfortunately, but I'll give credit. I hate Ian Gary, but I'll give credit to where credit's due. That's the only way you're gonna beat MVP is by smudging him against the cage. You're not gonna outstrike MVP unless you're Diego Lima.
Nobody's like that. Dude.
Um,
Nobody's like that.
Yeah, but kind of got my hopes up. But then we had Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chasson. I remember this.
I don't even remember
This
that
was
fight.
the one where she got her in full mount and just started elbowing her in the face over
Oh,
and over. And it was
yeah,
super
yeah,
bloody.
yeah.
That was a cool finish.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, that was good actually. And then Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. The a decision.
yeah,
Wow, Anthony Smith is a dog, dude.
yeah.
Just how good is Roman Dolidze? Wow.
Right,
what a
I
win.
think- I
mean,
say
that's
we-
a crazy win. Decision over Anthony Smith.
I say we booked the trilogy.
he
with
might
Marvin
be. He
Vettori.
might be one of the goats. Roman Dolidze.
I agree. Yeah,
Yep.
Roman Dolidze.
Might be top 3 goat all time.
For real, for real. And then we had Diego Lopez defeated Dan Ige, who Dan Ige took
Yeah.
that fight on literally hours' notice.
Yep.
That's some
Like-
BMF shit.
like 3 or 4
BMF shit
hour
right there.
notice, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Give him.
It wasn't Lopez's best performance, but guys, he took the fucking fight against a completely different style matchup on hours' notice. So like,
Right. He wasn't. He wasn't. As
he was not
As
prepared.
he usually
Right.
is. And then we had Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka.
dude, so
too.
much fucking.
So
2024 was
much aura.
Pereira's year.
Yeah.
This is just the
Just
start.
wait for 2026.
Yeah, wait for 2026.
Wait for 2026.
That's true. Yeah, this
Pereira's
was
gonna be the goat. I'm telling you right now. It's
That
gonna
was-
go Pereira, Joshua Van.
It was another iconic moment in his career. I mean, the fucking double knockout in that fight where at the first round he slapped him with the hook and then the head
Yeah.
kick followed up.
That was a
round two.
banger card.
I'd
dude.
say A tier.
That was a great card.
A tier. Absolutely.
A tier, if not S, dude.
It's
that was
close.
great. That was
I
the-
think it just
that was
needed
the fight
one.
where he second round. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just needed
Insane.
one great fight. That was my
One-
only problem.
yeah, one
it didn't.
more-
It had a lot
yeah,
of good.
yeah.
There was no bad fights on here
I mean,
besides the first
Pereira
one.
fight was great, but
Yeah.
it needed one more.
It absolutely did.
Yeah, all the rest were decisions, unfortunately.
Moving
Yeah,
on to
finish.
UFC 304, we had
Yes,
Bilal
Bilal
Muhammad
versus
versus
Leon.
Leon Edwards. Start the card. Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. I mean,
Yeah, that was a good fight.
that was a good fight. Good scrap. Arnold. I always like watching an Allen
It
fight.
showed us how good Arnold Allen was.
True.
'Cause I didn't really know that Arnold Allen was that good until that fight.
Oh,
I remember that
Bro,
fight.
he
I
was
was like,
not now.
oh, this guy's pretty good.
yeah,
dude.
he's a piece.
This guy's
I like
smooth.
Arnold Allen.
Yeah, he's good.
And then G-Rod surprised me by beating Christian Leroy Duncan, who's a pretty good
Yeah.
prospect at middleweight. He's a pretty good striker. You got to win there. Patty Pimblett subbing Bobby Green in
That's
round one.
right. Oh, didn't he?
You got the triangle choke.
Oh, it was a triangle.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was a triangle armbar.
I think it was. Yeah, it was a triangle armbar.
Yeah.
It was. Yep. That was a good win right there.
Why do I feel like he broke his arm?
You're thinking of the Jamal Hill fight, aren't you?
Dude, I don't know what fight I'm thinking of.
Okay. But then this fight right here, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades,
Yep,
that
banger,
carried the card.
banger.
That absolutely carried the
Oh
card.
my gosh,
That was
dude.
such an
How
electric
good
moment.
is Tom Aspinall,
Right,
dude?
that-
I haven't had barely one chance to glaze Tom Aspinall.
Literally, yeah,
channel. And boy, do I love that guy. dude.
People forget, man.
Oh, people
Fucking
forget, man.
Curtis Blades beat him in the first fight, and it was a knee break from
It was a
Aspinall. Didn't count.
Freak injury.
And there was a
dude.
lot of people saying, "Oh, Curtis Blades is gonna catch him in the rematch." Nope, not
1
happening.
minute. Exactly 1 minute.
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
We believe in Tom Aspinall, and then the
Tom
main
Aspinall
event.
might be the goat all time.
Our other goat, Bilal Muhammad, saves us from Leon Edwards' reign of terror.
Yes.
After watching the Colby fight, I hated this dude
Honestly,
so
dude,
much.
This is a good ass card.
It was a
This
pretty
is
good
ass
card. I honestly put
I'd
it.
put this I'd put this right below the Pereira one.
Really?
You don't think so, dude?
Hmm.
I mean I think later on in the list we'll have some more up there. but
True.
Right now,
I would
think-
honestly give it a B tier, but
think
I mean
that's-
we can
I
keep
think
it
that's
there.
low A tier.
Yeah, it was overall it was a pretty
It
solid
was a
event.
good night.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to UFC 305 Dricus versus Adesanya. This
I was in South
was a
Carolina for
great
this
card.
one, dude.
This was a great card.
This was a good card.
Okay,
dude.
this was Carlos Prates'.
Yes.
It wasn't his. It was like his third fight. This was his first test in the UFC against
yeah.
Li Jingliang, who took like 2 years off the sport, and he KO'd him out cold. Had bro leaning over sideways.
Yes, dude.
This is what got me onto Carlos Prates. I was aware of him, but when I saw him do this to the Leech,
It was crazy.
that's how I knew this dude was legit, and I instantly became a fan.
Yeah.
Insane finish right there. And then Rosenstrike versus Tai Tuivasa, bro. One of the judges gave Tai Tuivasa this fight.
That's right.
Bro landed
That's
37
right, dude.
strikes compared to 91.
Yeah.
How-
That was bad.
What the fuck
I
are
don't
we
know.
doing?
Yeah, dude.
Ty just didn't do anything. And then Dan Hooker versus Gamrot. Fucking scrap. That was a
good fight.
scrap.
That was a great
Hooker
fight,
put
actually.
up.
Yep.
What can we say about Hooker? I mean,
it was all right.
Yeah,
That
it was
all
okay.
Right
It wasn't
and
that,
then
yeah.
and then it was Kai Kara France
with a
versus Steve
crazy
Urkel,
knockout
which was
over
a
the
banger,
GOAT
dude.
Ursig, bro. We were not expecting that.
No, dude.
Nobody was
I
expecting
think we
that.
all thought Ursig was gonna win
Yeah,
that one.
literally. Michael Scott had that in the bag, and look what happened.
Truth, dude. And then we got right on to the main event, dude, which was DDP versus Izzy, dude. I didn't expect this either. I didn't expect this finish how it went.
Really?
I mean, I knew it was a possibility.
Yeah.
Because I knew DDP was so awkward and his jiu-jitsu was so good. But I really thought Izzy would be able to hold it off a little bit better.
I mean,
I was just proven wrong.
I'll be honest. How I was proven wrong with this fight was how good it was. This was such a rewatch. This fight. This was such a good fight to watch.
Yeah. Well,
Adesanya looked really good in the striking here, and DDP just kept blitzing forward. There were moments where I was honestly, I think it was the third or fourth round, I was honestly worried for DDP.
I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, Izzy was close because he was landing a lot of good kicks on him, and I was worried for him. But DDP, of course, just powers through it all and gets the finish. Honestly,
this was a pretty good
I
card.
want to give it S tier. It lived up to
really?
Yeah, it had so many good
Honestly,
fights on it.
I really
It was a
enjoyed this
really
card.
good event. I honestly think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's move
S
that
tier.
boy up to S tier. That was a
Wow,
really
dude,
fun
the
card.
UFC was doing really good in
2024,
dude.
yeah. Well,
Man,
hopefully this year
good
can
year
make
for-
up for
for
it because it's
UFC.
been okay so far.
It's
this
been
year.
alright. We'll get
But
there.
we'll see.
Oh my gosh, Noche was here?
Ooh, no Che. We'll talk about this one. Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. This fight pissed me off because Ode Osborne, I think,
He was
dropped
looking
him.
so good before this.
Yeah.
dude.
No, he dropped that fucking freak in the first round, dude. Ronaldo Rodriguez, bro. He dropped him in the first round and then just got laid on for the rest of it. If my memory serves right. Yeah, fuck that fight.
Every fight on this card was a decision.
Ribovics versus Zell Hooper was one of the best fights of 2024. Do you remember that fight? That was a crazy fight. This guy doesn't remember a lot of things.
Stand Daniel Zell.
Yeah, I know, but this was before he became
I'd have to
washed
rewatch this
prospect.
fight. I'd have to rewatch
Oh,
this fight.
it's so
I know
rewatch
I
this
saw
fight.
it. I know I saw it.
It was insane. And then Lopez versus Ortega, also a crazy
That was a
fight.
good
Lopez,
fight. That was a good
that
fight.
was Lopez's first step up in competition, and he completely ran through Ortega. Ortega had nothing for him. This is where Ortega is starting to fall off. But what can we say? And this is where we have the divide in the card because we're not covering the prelims. The prelims were amazing for Noche. The first three fights of the main card were amazing. The co-main and the main event were genuinely awful, back to back, just awful. Shevchenko versus Grasso 3
Oh, that's right. Dude.
was boring as shit.
So boring.
Shevchenko laid on her and did nothing for 5 rounds.
Yep, the whole
and then
time. For
Merab,
5 rounds too. They gave us a 25-minute fight, and then another 25-minute fight with Merab O'Malley.
it was really
and
bad.
Merab did the same.
And it was
shit.
such a fucking bad way because it was 2 o'clock. We were done watching the fight. I just felt nothing at the end of it. I honestly just felt sadness and disappointment.
I think since there were so many decisions on this card,
We go C tier.
we go D for decision.
But
Decision
the
card.
first 3 fights were so good. You have to give it a C tier. At least.
Okay, fine.
At least
fine,
because
fine.
those fights carried it.
It
and
was
it's
a
just
good
the
fight, but you
co-main-
had to be a hardcore fan to enjoy it.
I know, but
Nobody else was
the
seeing
main
it.
it's just so unfortunate the main event, co-main event just fucking made the card fall apart. It was doing really good beforehand.
True.
Ooh.
Ooh, and this was a banger.
Yes, sir.
Dude.
UFC 307 Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
Ooh, we started off with a Kayla Harrison.
I didn't see this card.
You didn't?
I did not.
This is
see
when you
this
were in
card.
fucking DC?
No.
Oh.
No, this was my birthday, and I was working at that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, so I'll try to recap this card to the best of my knowledge. Kayla Harrison versus Kellen Vieira. I think she was just holding her against the cage the whole time. I don't really remember much of it. Delidze versus Kevin Holland. Yeah, I think Delidze, I think it was an injury TKO. I think Holland injured himself or something. It was pretty underwhelming. And then, oh, fuck, bro. Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo. the infamous fight where Bautista just held Jose Aldo against the cage for 3 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
That's right,
dude. MMA Guru literally put out a hit on the bantamweight division to knock out Mario Bautista. He was the most hated guy in the UFC after this fight, bro. It was really bad.
And he's been doing really good.
He's redeemed himself. I will give him that. But it was, it was really bad. And then
that's right. I forgot about that.
Dude, my women's MMA goat, Juliana Pena, destroys Raquel Pennington, dude. No, I'm gonna be real.
This is true.
Juliana Pena is my favorite WMMA fighter. She did not win that fight.
Ooh.
She did not win that fight at all.
Dude.
But they gave it to her, and even though it was a fucking robbery, I still celebrated because she won. So there we go. And then we had Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. Goated fight.
Banger fight.
Goated
I watched
fight.
that over a couple
This
times.
was such a good fight.
Banger.
You know, it was the first guy to really give Pereira problems at light heavyweight, besides Jan Blachowicz, but in the championship fights. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Pereira with the 4th round knockout, the body shot, TKO. Overall, this card was the opposite of UFC Noche, where the first 3 fights were so dog shit, and then the co-main and main event kind of saved it. I'm going to be real. The main event, but here's the thing, the main event was so good.
It was.
But the card as a whole just was not that good.
B tier.
I feel like I want to put it above, because we're basing it on events as a whole, not just the main event. So I'm gonna have to give it a C tier. But the thing is, when the fight card's over and you have that feeling of just enjoyment after seeing a great main event, it really changes the perspective of the card.
True.
Shit. Because main events are the most important thing of the card at the end of the day. It's what ends the night. It's the most hyped matchup, and it's what the night ends on.
Right.
I'll keep it at high C. We'll give it high C.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. UFC 3-0, Ilya Taporia. The infamous card, Ilya Taporia versus Max Holloway. Yeah. We know why this is infamous. We had a couple buddies in our friend group who decided to say that Max Holloway was going to chin Ilya Taporia out cold, and that they were going to do some unspeakable things when that happened. We won't go into that, obviously.
I would like to mention that I was never a part of the saying any unspeakable things.
Yeah, he picked Max.
I did pick Max, but there was nothing unspeakable ever uttered from me.
Can confirm.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so, but, dude, goated card. Absolutely goated card. Sharapudin Magomedov versus Armen Petrosian Broga.
Was this the one where he got that crazy
double spinning back fist?
Yeah, that was insane.
I hate
use that
Magomedov.
move somewhat frequently now.
Oh yeah, does he?
It's a banger, dude. It's a banger. I like to throw it. I catch Armani with it here and there.
Yeah, I've seen him do it. He's actually knocked him out a couple times.
Yeah, I knock him out all the time.
Anyways, I'm not a fan of Sharapudin Magomedov, but that was honestly one of the greatest knockouts I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was
fucking
great.
nuts.
Can't lie.
Then we had Lerone Murray versus Dan Ige, bro. Our boy Dan Ige sold the bag once again.
Dude, yeah.
He dropped Lerone Murphy in the first round, and it looked like he was going on to win the fight. And then bro just did nothing for the rest of the 2 rounds. Lerone Murphy just kind of leg kicked him to a decision. Kind of underwhelming. And then we had Magomed Ankalaev versus Rakic. Magomed Ankalaev is really boring to watch, guys. I'm not.
Yeah,
not a fan of him. It was kind of a shit fight.
But then Robert Whittaker versus Hamza.
AI fucking fight.
They fake broke Robert.
Obviously, we know if it went to round 2, Robert Whittaker would have destroyed him.
True.
But
and then Ilya Taporia versus Max Holloway, dude.
Banger fight. Fucking.
Absolute banger.
First of all, it was a great fight.
It was a great fight.
And then
this might be S tier, dude.
Ooh, I don't know.
You don't?
No, because Magomed Ankalaev and Lerone Murphy fight sucked.
But there was 3 really good fights, dude. And the other 2, they weren't bad enough.
Let's put it at the top of A. Top of A. Absolutely, I agree with that. That's a good pick right there.
We gotta pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, we're fucking 20 more minutes in. All right, let's speed run this.
Yeah,
all right.
Dude. Oh, this cards get. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, dude. Mauricio Rufy versus.
I didn't even say the
James-
name of the event. UFC 309,
309,
Jones
dude.
versus Miocic. We'll get to that main event in a second.
Dude,
Marcio Rufy
Mauricio
versus
Rufy
Lon Top.
Decision. Nobody cares, dude. We're not watching those.
But
fights,
it was a
dude.
good fight, dude.
Women's
Rufy's
fight.
a goat.
Bo Nickel.
Bo
versus
Nickel
Paul
boxing,
Craig.
bro. We had the best boxing
I was
performance
doing
since
something this
Bilal.
night, and this was the first fight of the night that I saw.
It was
and
bad.
This was a
It was
horrible
laughable.
fight.
And-
I was talking a lot of smack.
To think
both
this
of
motherfucker
these
is
guys, even though
going.
I really respect Paul Craig, dude. I really like Paul. Craig a
Yeah,
lot.
Scottish goat. I mean, hell yeah.
Um,
But Bo Nickel, the fact that this motherfucker is going on the White House card. Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
We
true,
hate
true.
Bo Nickel.
This guy-
Kyle
this
Dawkins
guy,
will sleep
every-
this dude out cold.
Dude, Bo Nichols is the first fight on every amazing card, and he's a can. He's the top of the can
Fuck,
list.
I hate Bo Nickel.
He's
I don't
S
like him
tier.
at all.
Can tier list.
Bro's got the personality of Mark
Yep.
Zuckerberg, bro.
But then we got Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. It was an alright.
It was
fight.
all, yeah, for Charles
It was-
Oliveira standards, it was impressive, but it was kind of
Right,
boring. It was
right.
low-key, like the Max
Dude,
Holloway.
you know what fights I watched today? Eddie Alvarez versus Michael Chandler in Bellator, and
Goat.
those are
Those
crazy,
wars.
insane
Those are
fights,
awesome
dude.
fights.
Those were so fun.
But
And then John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic was 86, three
and
times
he won
retired,
round 2.
and yeah, like it was bad, dude.
Sucked.
This
Fuck
was
this
a
card. D F tier. Nah, D tier. I'd give it D.
D tier.
Yeah, it
D
wasn't
tier.
good.
Yeah,
it really
not
wasn't.
that
It
good,
was
dude.
kind of shit.
And then
Ooh, 310 Pantoja versus Kaya Sakura. Let's
Yes,
go
dude.
through this card. Fucking Nate the
Nate
Train
the
gets
Train
knocked
loses.
out.
You
Okay.
hate to see that, dude. F tier
All right,
automatically.
all right, we're going to the next
Yeah.
card.
Okay, wait. Dude, but little redeeming quality
Bryce-
here. Bryce Mitchell gets a TKO.
Fucking slams
Dude.
Kron Gracie out
You know
cold. That
what?
was the most saddest. All right,
That
yeah,
was
there we
good.
go. I
That was
agree.
good.
Fuck Kron Gracie. He's a
Dude,
bitch.
yeah,
I'm
but
so happy
was
that
really
Bryce Mitchell did that.
satisfying. That was awesome.
And then Cyril
Bryce
Gahn
Mitchell's
robbed Alexander
Yeah,
Volkov.
shouldn't have won that fight.
What the
Should not
fuck
have
was
won
that shit?
fight.
Fuck that shit, man.
Shavkat Rakhmonov also absolutely robs Ian Gary.
No, it was not a robbery. It was a shit fight, but it was not a robbery. Absolutely not. He won round 5, but other than that, nah.
Wrong.
Bro's an Ian Gary defender.
You're right,
You're gonna
no,
listen
you're right,
to the
no,
Ian
no,
Gary
no,
defender.
You're right,
Okay.
you're right. I misremembered it.
I didn't either. Should we move inside? Yikes. This is going in the video, bro. Alright, we're gonna.
So we, found a new location and everything.
Yeah, as you heard, we had a hater outside that isn't a fan of our work. So,
Apparently
unfortunately,
they don't like awesomeness or
I guess
channel
not.
things or. It was probably racially motivated, if I'm being
I
honest.
agree. It definitely was.
Babe, stop! If you're gonna be in here, you can't talk shit. Oh, and we've got another hater in the room now. This is why we were trying to figure it outside. Thanks a lot, freaking asshole neighbor. Like and subscribe. Anyway,
Yeah.
Alexandre Pantoja versus Kaya Sakura. Yes, that's right.
It was
dude.
crazy. He fraud checked
The entire organization of one.
Ryzen.
Rising.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
He
Yeah, he checked the entire organization because Kai Sakura was like the reigning dominant. He was like the DJ of Ryzen, you know.
I'll be honest, I think this card belongs in the tier we have it in.
Oh, where do we put it? F tier?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro,
dude.
it's not even fucking.
Okay, now moving on to
Boom.
what are we on?
UFC 311.
311. Makhachev versus Moicano. That's right. Moicano stepped up.
Like a day.
Yeah, it was like a day's notice on this one. It was an alright card. Marab destroys Umar. Masterclass. Yuri destroys Jamal Hill. Masterclass.
Jose Almeida
destroyed
destroyed
Sergey Spivak.
Masterclass. And then Reina de Ritter destroys Kevin Holland. They were
overall. This card was like
it was a good card.
Low-key like an A-tier card.
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
put it like
the main event was kind of underwhelming.
Right under Pereira.
Because the main event was supposed to be Arman versus Islam. So if it was that, I feel like this could have been up in S tier. Honestly, it was a great card.
Yeah.
But for what we got, it was. I think Merab versus Umar was the real main event.
Yep.
All right, moving on. UFC 312. Ooh.
Dricus versus Sean. This one was fun.
Terrible. This was terrible.
Yeah.
There were no ranked fighters on this.
No
ranked fighters.
Yeah.
And the co-main sucked.
We don't even really have to talk about this one
No,
that much.
I think we know exactly where this is going.
Yeah,
this is going
F tier. Was this the first or second?
This was the second card, 2025.
No, fight between them.
Oh yeah, this was the rematch. The first fight was great. The second one sucked. Ooh, and then we have the infamous UFC 313 Pereira Magomed. Yeah. We had a buddy
I missed that one too.
That had a legendary crash out when Pereira lost.
Yeah. Can't talk about it.
We can't talk about it, unfortunately, because of the YouTube guidelines. But
that was the Rufy King Green, Amanda Lemos, Ignacio Bahamondes. These were.
The main event was just so bad, though. Ruined.
I think it's C tier, dude.
It's D tier, bro.
D tier?
Yeah, fuck Magomed.
Better than the John.
He ruined.
Yeah, but the Gaethje one was alright. Bahamondes, and yeah, you're right.
We can't support Magomed.
No.
It was an alright card, but anyways, we had UFC 314, Volk versus Diego Lopez. Run through this. We had
banger.
Rez knocks out Krylov in round 1. Gene Silva submits Mitchell in round 2.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny Rodriguez destroys Patricio Pitbull. That was pretty awesome.
Fun. Oh, Patty beat the fuck out of Chandler. That was satisfying, dude.
I told everybody that was gonna happen. Nobody believed me. That was pretty good.
And then Volk versus Lopez.
This was an S tier.
Absolutely, I was gonna say. I think it's above.
Honestly, I agree. No.
I think it was better than 300 though. There were way better fights.
No.
Really? I think this was a great card. I thought it was a great card. Yeah, this was a really fun card to watch. It was a good.
You know what? This wasn't pretty great. Okay, fine. There was more.
Yeah, there was more quality fights.
I'll give you that.
And then UFC 315. We had Bilal versus JDM. Right. This was a banger.
This was a good card.
Dude. BSD with a legendary win. Natalia Silva beat Alexa Grasso. Fell off.
Beats Jose Aldo.
Yep, that's right.
That was sad.
That was very sad. And Aldo dropped and almost had him win.
And JDM beats Bilal Muhammad. That was pretty awesome.
That was a great fight.
I put this in like mid B tier.
Honestly, I put it at the top of B. It was the main event was so good. Bilal versus JDM was awesome. Really fun fight.
Yep.
And then obviously Benoit Saint Denis wins.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could put an S tier just for that alone, but I think we'll keep it at B tier for now. All right, moving on. We got UFC 316 with Merab versus Sean O'Malley 2.
Yeah,
this was a good card.
This was a pretty good card. Yeah, Mario Bautista versus Patrick Nix. That was a good one.
Yep. Sent that boy out of the UFC.
Masterclass.
Luque versus Kevin Holland. That was surprising. I thought Luque
Joe
had
Pfeiffer versus Kelvin Gastelum. Oh my gosh, that fight alone could drop this card a whole letter ranking.
Yeah. This guy hates Joe Pfeiffer.
That was the worst.
This is Joe Pfeiffer's biggest hater.
Yo. I don't even want to get into it. I can do a whole video on how much I hated this fight alone. Anybody that was there watching it with me. I had some choice words for both of these guys.
And then Pena versus Kayla Harrison. I mean, this was the biggest fraudulent win of all time. We all know Juliana Pena let Kayla Harrison.
Not true. Kayla Harrison destroyed. Kayla Harrison's the GOAT all time. And then Merab destroys
O'Malley. This was a fun fight.
This was a good card.
Very good card. I would put it in A tier, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a very, very good card.
I might put it top of A tier. Wait.
Nah, I'd keep it. I'd put it below that. Yeah, that works. Yeah. All right. Oh fuck! I just lost it. All right, moving on to UFC 317, another Topuria card. Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Start off the card, we had Peyton Talbot versus the crafty vet,
That was
Felipe Lima.
That was a fun one. That was a
fun
an
card.
alright
That was a
fight.
fun fight. And then
Beneil
versus Moicano.
That was a good fight.
That was good.
Fun. Joshua Van versus
Brandon
Brandon
Royval. That was one of the
was-
best fights of last
Yes,
year.
that was one of the best fights
last year.
100%.
And then
100%.
Pantoja
Pantoja
strangles Guy
Crazy fight.
Crazy
That was a really
fight.
good fight too.
And
And then
Taporia-
Ilya Taporia versus
This
Charles
is
Oliveira.
S tier.
I rewatched that today. It was so good.
S tier.
Yeah,
I put it
S
right
tier.
here.
Honestly. Yeah.
I put it right there. It's S tier for sure. The last 3 fights carried it, and then these 2 fights.
Those last 3 fights were so amazing.
So good.
I gotta put it over 300.
I agree.
They were better than the last 3
And the-
fights at 300. And
the
those were the best
Taporia
fights. at
knockout
300.
was just electrifying. That was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to UFC
Yep,
318.
Yeah, this
Michael,
one was a banger.
oh, your favorite
You
fighter.
didn't even say it. You didn't even say
Oh,
it. Max Holloway
Max Holloway
versus
versus the
Poirier for the
DP.
BMF.
This is DP's last fight for those who weren't aware.
Yeah, this is the
Very
retirement
unfortunate.
fight.
We had
Yeah,
Johnson.
Michael Johnson beats the Daniel Bumhuber, the Wash prospect, the Wash
Cut him.
prospect.
Cut him.
Patricio Pitbull actually beats Dan Ige. That was a sad fight.
Danny Gage, I don't even know, man.
He's the most inconsistent fighter
He is.
ever,
He's
low-key.
like the Kevin Holland of featherweight.
Daniel Rodriguez destroys Kevin Holland.
Bro,
Not really.
Back to back. No, he beat the shit out of Kevin Holland. He had 2 knockdowns.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was literally, he was winging punches like this, and Kevin Holland was like flopping all over them. It was such
That's
a
right,
weird
that's
fight.
right.
Costa surprised me and actually gets a win in his
Yes,
career
that's
for
right.
once.
I expected
Beats Roman Kopylov pretty impressively.
And then Holloway
DP.
does real good against
It
Dustin
was
Poirier.
a wash
good
DP,
fight.
but at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time, it was a really fun fight. You
yeah.
can't say no to a Holloway or DP
I'd put
fight.
this.
I put an
I'd
A.
put this, up there for
I would
sure.
put it.
What was the first fight of the card?
Johnson's Hoover. That was a good. I'd put it right above Makhachev. Yeah, I'd put it right there. That
Yeah, I'll
was-
give you that.
Right. Now let's go move on to UFC 319.
Yeah.
We got
DDP versus Hamzat.
Hamzat. Whoa.
Bad aura. for this fight.
Literally. Tim Elliott
Tim
versus
Elliott,
Bro,
Kai Sakura.
how
That
did
was a
this
banger.
happen?
That was a banger
Yeah, but how
fight.
did Kaya Sakura was supposed to destroy Tim Elliott? How
He
did
was
this?
supposed to destroy
Bro,
everybody.
Tim Elliott, you
Kai
can't ever count him
Sakura,
out.
dude, Tim Elliott double front checked Ryzen as an entire
It's great.
organization.
Yeah, Ryzen means nothing.
Ryzen and stock fell
Yeah,
off the
literally.
cliff.
Then we had
Yeah.
MVP defeats Jared Cannonier in a pretty impressive
Another
fight.
shocking turn of
Yep.
events. And then Carlos
Prates
Prates
was
destroys Jeff Neal.
One of the
Ah.
craziest knockouts of 2025.
Amazing.
Beautiful
fight.
spinning elbow.
Lerone Murphy
Then
destroys
Lerone with another
Aaron Pico. That was an
back-to-back
awesome-
spinning elbow.
That was an awesome.
And you
that
would
was an
think,
awesome moment.
you would think, just based off this alone, this is an A-tier event.
Yeah.
No, the main event
Killed
fucking
it.
killed
Killed it.
this.
Yeah.
That's how bad this
Yeah,
fight was.
Hamzat slept on Drake.
It's a
so
D-tier
bad.
card,
It's-
bro.
Yeah,
It's a D-tier.
I'd put it.
I would put
I'd
it.
honestly put it below
Yeah.
Jones Stipe because it was because those two spinning elbows.
Those
were
two
great.
spinning out, yeah, those two spinning elbows, low key. I'd put it, yeah, I'd put
Top
it
of D tier.
because of those two spinning
Those are
elbows.
good, those
But
are
other
good.
than that, the
Yeah.
Hamzat DDP fight was so bad. It's
Yeah.
honestly one of the worst.
And
fights
then
I've
we
ever
had
seen.
the return of the goat. Don't laugh at me.
Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira too.
Oh,
UFC
man, the
320.
return of
This
the
was a
goat.
great
This is a
event.
great event.
We'll
dude.
start off Joe
Yeah,
Piper,
Joe
your
Piper,
favorite
the
fighter,
worst
back at it
fighter
again,
ever
dude.
to grace
submits
the UFC.
Abu Smagomedov.
Yeah, just a
Impressive.
cherry pick
Shows
win.
it
for
shows how
Bro.
versatile Joe Piper really is and how he's gonna destroy Adesanya.
Okay, dude, the goat out of
Yusuf Zalal, the runner.
dude.
Submits
versus
Josh. I
Emmett.
forgot
Yeah, that
this
was
happened.
crazy.
I
forgot
genuinely
about that
forgot
too.
this
That's
fight
crazy.
happened, bro. He subbed Josh Emmett in round
And
one.
then here he knocks out Cole. That was a banger.
That was
dude.
honestly that was
That was a
probably
banger.
one of the best fights last
Marab
year.
destroys Corey Sandhagen. That was pretty fun.
That was a really
I
fun
think
fight.
That was a really
That was
good
a great fight.
Yeah.
Corey
And
actually
then Alex Pereira knocks out Magomed that fast. Oh my gosh.
that's S tier.
Right,
Absolutely.
right above
Yep.
that one.
Yeah,
dude.
I
That was a
honestly
great.
I think because of the circumstances, you got to put it above 3. Yeah, because there was this
No,
narrative.
'cause that was
Everyone
the- that
thought
was the
Magomed.
comeback.
I
You're
thought
right.
Magomed was gonna knock him out this time.
You're right.
You gotta give it.
You,
Yeah.
loser. I'm glad we didn't have a YouTube channel then. I would have been pissed about that.
For real. All right, we got UFC 321. Tom Aspinall.
the greatest
Cyril
fight of all
Gane.
time.
Bro. I don't want to talk about this fight, bro.
Me either, dude.
Okay, we got Osman Mirzakhanov knocks out Rakic with the jab.
Volkov
Crazy.
beats Jelton Almeida. That was pretty awesome.
That was good.
Umar
We hate
Nurmagomedov
Jelton.
beats Mario Batista. That's kind of I actually like Umar Batista a little bit more. I think.
It was an alright fight.
Mackenzie Dern, that was a boring fight.
But we all know why we were happy she won.
No.
And
Michael
then
was.
Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane.
Yeah. Horrible fight. Cyril Gane's the worst. You know where we always put Cyril Gane around here. I think we'll put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it can go to the bottom of the barrel. No, there's not.
No, I will say at least
the
they had
Alexander
ranked
Volkov.
fights. Yeah, that's
The Alexander Volkov one.
that was okay. Yeah.
We'll put it up here because
Okay,
Jelton
that's fair.
Almeida does a can. So.
Anyways,
Cyril Gane, dude.
UFC 322. We got JDM versus Islam Makhachev.
It's
bro.
so funny because they were both in F tier.
Yeah, literally.
Too.
Oh my god.
And they were on the same card. I mean,
We start the card with a legendary Beneil
this was a
Dariush
great
knockout.
fight.
Awesome
dude.
fight.
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
And then Prates knocks out Leon Edwards. This was huge.
that was awesome.
This was huge.
And then
Morales knocks out
Sean Brady. That was crazy.
Bro.
And then the sleeper. Oh my gosh.
Okay, guys, I think we've realized there's a pattern here.
The
Anytime
50-minute nap.
Anytime Valentina Shevchenko's a co-main, it just ruins the card, and the main event is terrible.
Oh my gosh.
What happened? Because JDM versus Islam was supposed to be a super fight, and it was so bad, dude.
It was
What
so
is-
bad.
This card was so good, except for the co-main event. It's Valentina Shevchenko's fault. We need to cut her from the UFC.
putting that high
She
D tier
is
'cause
an
it was really
FBI agent.
Dude, you
that is
okay? You
ruin-
can't say that, dude. You're gonna get us demonetized, actually.
Okay, I'll get that right out. Valentina Shevchenko is an asset by the UFC to ruin cards and
Asset
make
is a
people
good one.
waste their $80 at the time.
Truth. Nice fight, dude.
All right.
Dvalishvili versus Jan too.
Oh my
And
god,
Panther versus
dude!
Van.
You know, just for
Actually-
Jan winning the belt.
Yeah.
We're putting
And Van.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't even gotta say
Deal,
it.
deal.
Yeah, Joshua Van
Deal.
won.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
It was a great.
It was a great card,
Peyton
yeah.
Talbot beat Tender Cejudo. That was awesome.
Jan Blachowicz proved he
Yeah.
still got
Towson
it. Definition.
Tatsuro Taira beats Brandon Moreno.
Pretty badly.
Yeah, he's fighting for the title next.
Yep.
It's
And
gonna
then
be
Joshua
fun.
Van
Joshua
destroyed Alexander Pantoja.
Yep.
And he'll do it again in the rematch.
Masterclass.
Same
and then
way.
Peter Yan destroys Maran.
My goat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
I didn't gotta say much about that.
I think maybe we move this here.
Okay, that's fair.
Right under 300 just because it didn't have the exact glamour of the rest of them. But
Right.
it's still S tier. It was still a
I
good
agree.
card. I had a fun night.
And then
we had a great night.
it was awesome. It was very nice. And then the first card to start the Paramount era, and
Yeah,
this
that's
year,
right.
UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblett, dude.
Yeah, Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. That was a great fight.
Silva versus Rose.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this. I went and did something else.
Yeah, me too.
Cortez Acosta
versus
knocks
Derek
out
Lewis.
Lewis.
That was kind of sad
Yeah.
for me. The Sean O'Malley fight was good. The
Justin
fight
Gaethje
good.
was one of the best
Honestly,
fights.
I'd put that.
One of the best
I'd
fights
put
of the
that in
High
A
A.
tier. Yeah.
I'd put it I'd put it right there.
Yeah, right there.
It was a
Yeah,
great
so-
card. The main event was
Yep,
awesome, as
it
we
was
all
good.
know. Probably one of
And
the best.
then we
best
had
fights.
Alex
Ooh.
Alex
Volkanovski versus Lopez.
Lopez
UFC
too.
325, dude.
Yeah, that was
Quillen Solakid subs Jamie
that was malarkey.
Malarkey.
And then
Joshua Teixeira versus Tui Vasa was so
this is
bad.
the Australia card. This was all right. I'm gonna put this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Then
this
C tier.
C tier.
Yeah, I'd say it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd
and
put
this-
it above. I'd put it above these two events though.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. But it's always good
Fair,
sample.
fair.
But yeah,
True.
I agree. And then the last event that we just all watched, yeah, we got Gregory Rodriguez.
This one was good. This one was
rematch.
good. That was fun. That was good.
Dober.
That was good. They were all good
Yeah.
fights, honestly. I'm gonna put this.
Great analysis.
Dude, they were all
Really,
good
we're
fights.
really stretching.
That one's
it
the
down.
most recent. Everybody's gonna love that one.
I'd put it low key.
I'd put it high B tier, I think.
Yeah, but the main event was terrible.
It wasn't that bad, honestly. I don't think it was that bad. I think there's worse fights. I think that it was really impressive that Max survived as long as he did, and Oliver is obviously insane.
Well,
I think it was good.
yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our tier list. We got more to come. We got some banger videos on the way, and we got our interview allegedly is on the way this week. We're working on it. Some technical difficulties happened.
Yeah.
yeah, let us know what you guys think of our tier list here, and if you're like the lady outside, or maybe she'll comment on our video. Let us know what we can do differently to not be so loud, and we hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you in our next one. Peace out.
Peace out.